Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Drinks and Discussions alongside Marcus. I am Brian, and we are your host for the night. Apologize for the delay getting started. I had a couple of things to finish up with the family, with dinner and everything else. And it was just a little bit late getting everything up and going. So apologize for that. We appreciate you sticking around. We're waiting on a couple of our other hosts to jump in as well. And I have really good news. I know that was Just for Fun had asked last week where this person has been. We found him, and he's going to make an appearance. I can't wait. I'm going to wait to let him pop in before I make that announcement. I'll let him make the announcement when he gets on here. He's just running a little behind, but you guys asked about it last week, and we made it happen this week. How goes it, Marcus? How's it going, buddy?
It goes. Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm almost ready for Christmas to be over.
I was ready. I was ready after Thanksgiving for it to be over.
Oh man, it's weird, and I want to talk about a little bit about it as one of the topics tonight. But man, it doesn't take a long time for people to kind of get into that grumpy, me first type of attitude when you're out and about with people. People are just in it for themselves, and it's all about them, and it just kind of gets on my nerves. I actually did something that I hadn't done in a long time because we actually order our groceries to have them delivered, but I wanted to go this time, and instead of ordering it, because I had to pick up some specific things, especially when it's like meats. I'll either go to a butcher or a specific place for meats, and I don't like other people picking out my meats. So I went to the store, and man, it was a nightmare. I really didn't like it. And I'm glad I don't. And then I came back and I told my wife, now I know why we order groceries. Hey, Truth Teller. Good to see you, man.
I've only done the grocery order thing maybe a handful of times, and I don't know. It's just something about I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I've only done it a handful of times. I think I prefer to do it myself.
Well, there are two things that I don't like to have anyone else pick out. That's if I want to get vegetables, like the fresh vegetables. I don't like anybody else picking out my vegetables, and I don't like anyone picking out my meats, unless it's like one of those. Sometimes we get those little ground beefs that's in like the tube thing, and
Right.
I don't mind you picking that up because that's that's hard to screw that up.
Yeah.
We got some watchers out there. If you are a watcher, please let us know if you don't mind. We'll be happy to give you a shout out. Welcome you to the channel. We're waiting on a couple of our other hosts to join us, as well as some of our other followers to join in before we get really into our drinks and our actual topics for tonight. While we're doing that too, why don't you guys in the chat tell us what you guys are drinking? I've got something I don't think I've ever had on the show before. I can't wait to show you that. I know Marcus had one last week that was a new one for everyone. But I've got a new one this evening, and I want to share it with you and everyone ever. Truth Teller said he's an odd duck. Me and Truth Teller were jamming earlier today. I put a little music video montage of videos together, and since it's kind of a slow week, I've been putting some videos out there, and we've been watching some old school videos. We had Gloria Gaynor, we had Jeffrey Osborne. We went way back, and even Liz got on later. Go ahead.
No, that is way back.
That's way back. And even Thumper was like, we need to do a way back Wednesday and do some other ones back there. But anyway, it was fun. And even Liz was like, I can't believe you had Brothers Johnson's on there, even though she didn't watch it with us live, even though she made some requests for me to put out there. She slept in and wasn't able to watch it live. Truth Teller, what are you drinking tonight? You got an adult beverage. What is it? Don't say coffee. If you say coffee, because coffee is an adult beverage. Oh yeah, we had
Peaches and herb. Yeah.
Peaches and herb. We had that on there tonight. Yeah, yep, this afternoon. I had a lot of people that were saying it's weird because a lot of, I don't know if you guys are on the Discord, pay attention to who's joining the channel, but we had quite a few new Discord subscribers as well this week, and we've got quite a few upticks in our YouTube subscription too. I think we're like 217 now. Slowly but surely, we're making our way up the ladder, man. Slowly but surely, we're making our. All right, man. Let's just get into it. Let's go. Why don't you go ahead and let everybody know what you are drinking tonight?
I'm dialing it back with a Mountain Dew Zero.
A Mountain Dew Zero. Watching those calories, huh?
Yeah.
So
after the fruit cake one I had last week, it actually wasn't bad, but yeah,
did it stay with you much afterward? Because a fruitcake is supposed to stay with you a long time after. Did the fruitcake?
You mean like the aftertaste?
Yeah.
There was. It didn't really stay with me, but there was a little bit of a bit more of an aftertaste, while I was drinking it. But after it didn't really stick around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Thumper is drinking a Bud Light tonight. I mean, not Thumper, excuse me. Truth Teller is drinking a Bud Light tonight. Nothing wrong with that. I'm still kind of tapered off of my beer drinking in the wintertime. I'm kind of happy with that. I haven't really started going back into, because I felt like maybe after I started feeling better, I would probably go back to it. But even during the Cowboy game, I don't think I went in heavy drinking on any. I don't think I had any beer at all in the Cowboy game, now that I mention it. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. So anyway, I've got my sphere. It's a perfectly round sphere, in case anybody didn't pay attention, but I wanted to share my perfectly round. You know how excited I get about that. But my drink tonight is actually Angel's Envy. And if you pay attention to this one, it's just really a weird bottle. It actually has
the angel wings on the back.
It's the wing on the back. Yeah, the angel wings. And again, this is the Angel's Envy. I have not opened it yet. So this is the Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey that I'm going to be partaking of this evening. If I can open it. Your first beer since Easter, Truth Teller? Gee.
So that's a pretty long Lent.
No kidding. All right. Well, Thumper 88, he's got to slow down. He's sprained. So is it a sprain ankle? I know you were going to the doctor to have it checked out, Thumper. Is it a sprain? And hopefully you'll be able to rest up, put your feet up, and heal up, buddy. And hopefully you'll be able to partake of some vodka this evening to kind of help in the healing process. But nonetheless, cheers to you, Marcus. Not sure where the others are. I thought we had our special guest going to be showing up here relatively soon, but he might be just a little bit delayed. Hopefully he'll be jumping on here pretty quickly with us as well. Man, you know what? Angel's Envy is good. It's really smooth. I know I've had it before, but I don't think I've had it in a while. So it's kind of a new taste.
So here's a weird random question. So the ice sphere that you have in your drink, when it melts, does it get flat on the bottom as it melts, or flat on the top as it melts?
It kind of goes concaves. It kind of gets flat in the sides, and so you're kind of looking at a little bit of a top and the bottom, and then it toward the real end, it just kind of all starts to become one little small nugget of ice.
Okay.
But I'll probably see if I can give you a shot of it, a shot of it in the video before we end the night. Oh man, Truth Teller said, "Is this about 5 or 6 beers a year?" Jeez, and I'm 5 or 6 beers a night, Chief. 5 or 6 beers a night. Even though, look, like I said, I've tuned it down a lot. I don't think I've had a beer within the last. I had 2, I think, in November, and I probably have had 4 in all of December so far.
Okay.
But let's not talk about how many glasses of whiskey I drink.
Which is better for you, or is there such a thing? Beer or I'll just say liquor?
Well, it depends on the lesser of two evils, is how I look at it.
Okay.
The alcohol, the liquor will give you more higher alcohol content. So you're taking a chance on if you have to do something, or I always think this too. And this is why I try not to drink too much of it. Like if something happens to my wife and I have to wake up in the middle of the night and I have to go and drive her somewhere, or something happens to her, my son. So I don't ever want to be at home where I'm just like plastered. Now, having said that, let's make sure everybody understands. There have been times I have, but I try to make sure that I'm not going to get that wasted in case there are some emergencies going on in the house as well. That I am not, and I need to be coherent. The beer, however, less alcohol content, but it has a lot more calories, and you'll have floated with that. You'll feel bloated with the carbonations and all that kind of stuff, and so that's why if I'm trying to get like you on the physical specimen area, I don't want to be, have this dad bod with this big old gut. I want to be able to, that's why I'm starting to lay off the beer as much as I possibly can.
Gotcha.
And that's why that's why if I do drink one, I'm like True Teller. I'll drink a Bud Light or a Miller Light or a Coors Light. I can't drink those heavy beers or those IPAs. They're just so heavy, and by the time you drink 1 or 2, I feel like my stomach is like I'm pregnant. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, gosh.
But anyway, I wanted to start off, if we can, I'm gonna give it up to you, with your proud moment that happened to you. I figure that you would like to share that bit of good news with everyone, and if you would like.
Oh yeah. So this past weekend, my son graduated from the University of North Texas, and so yeah, that's definitely a proud moment. And technically, he completed all of his course requirements back in August, I think it was, at the end of the summer session. But they don't have a summer commencement, so in order to, if he wanted to participate in the ceremony, he had to wait until the fall, which was held on Saturday morning at 8 o'clock Saturday morning.
Hope you don't mind. I shared the photo.
I didn't even see it.
Yep, you don't mind, do you? Well, if you did mind,
no,
mad at me.
Yeah, no, I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it. If you did share it.
Oh yeah, it's on the live stream. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, I just put the one that you had already shared out.
Oh, got it. Oh yeah. I see it now. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's so. Yeah. Now, definitely. It was definitely a journey for him, and glad that he was able to see it through, and especially as it got the closer it got, the more difficult it got. It seemed like, but yeah. So I was glad that he
got off the gas a little bit toward the end, huh?
Was that? Yeah. Well, no, I think it's just life, and just you're so close, and you want to be done, and
oh yeah,
it's just you're just hanging on by a thread, just trying to make it. So
yep.
But he did it. So
well, congratulations again, brother. I'm proud for you. I know you are proud of him as well. But that's good news, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I just tried to, as time went on, I just learned to just kind of stay out of the way, let him, do his thing and work through it and get through it. And he did it. The only thing I can take credit for is just supporting him. Outside of that, that was all him. So.
Well, man, sometimes that's a crowning achievement in and of itself. So be proud, and I'm happy and proud for you as well. And congratulations once again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, Megatron Community Watch, welcome. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yes, thank you, Truth Teller.
There are a couple of topics that I know that Truth Teller had asked me if we should probably talk about because I think it would be great to discuss. But I also want to give a quick update to everyone regarding our charitable event that we were trying to do, and that was, the Samaritan Inn, which is a homeless shelter in the community in which I live. And I reached out to them via my work email, and I got a reply back, from automatic reply back, saying that they don't monitor this email address 24/7. There might be a delay on your response, and here's a number that you could call as well. So I have not heard back from them. And I also called the number and left a message on whatever messaging service that they have. Now, I will tell you this. I am one to never leave messages. If I call Marcus and he doesn't pick up the phone, I won't leave a message. I'm just going to text or something. I'm never going to.
You're right.
And it was weird for me to leave a voice message for this company, but I did. But I wanted to share this information because even if Christmas is over, my pledge is still going to be my pledge. I'm still going to be helping people in the community, even if it's until closer to New Year's than it is for Christmas. Because even right now, I'll be honest with you, I was hoping that they would send us over a list of things for some kids in their thing. We can go on Amazon, boom, 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 have them delivered, and there we are. I don't really want to go out to a store right now and purchase anything for anybody. I know that might be a little selfish, but it's just a nightmare. It's a nightmare to go on anywhere right now. You go to Walmart, it's a nightmare. You go to any store because people are trying to get everything before, and especially now because it's going to be really cold here in Texas where we are, starting Thursday.
That's right.
So if you don't have toilet paper, paper towels, or anything like that by now, you probably are going to be out of luck because everybody is going and buying stuff off the shelves. So that's our update regarding that, and I'm still going to keep you guys posted. Yeah, and to tell you right, when it comes to homeless shelters, the need is few around, and even if it's something that we can do after Christmas, as I mentioned, or even right after the New Year, I still want to be able to pledge a bigger impact in our community with not only with just Drinks and Discussions. I'm actually doing it for my company as well to kind of get our name out there, be a member of the Chamber of Commerce. You want to do these voluntary type of activities, and that can kind of help and promote your business. Not saying that I'm doing it just for the promotion, but I'm also doing it because it just feels like it's a need or a feeling that I just want to do and give back to the community. If that makes any sense.
It does. It does.
So any questions on that? I know Thumper had also pledged something that he was going to provide once we got all the things going through, but I just wanted to make sure that you knew also that we're not letting go of this, and we didn't. I think it was a little bit of me dragging my feet, number one, because we didn't get this going earlier. And if we did, we probably would have had a better response time and a turnaround time to do something. But we're not letting this go. We're going to still do some things with it. And without further ado, the one, the only, Nick Volt has made an appearance, folks. What's up, Nick?
Oh,
We can hear you. Yep, we can hear you.
Ooh.
Hey, there he is.
How's
The
it going?
professor
Happy
himself.
holidays.
You
Happy
got
third day of Hanukkah.
third
Today
day
I'm
of
actually
Hanukkah.
drinking.
Nice. Cheers to that. Hmm.
Cheers,
What are
dude.
you drinking? Speaking of that, what are you
Nick,
drinking?
good. How are you?
I am drinking the Nectar of the Gods, which is made by Kirkland from Costco,
Okay.
Melbeck.
Volume up a little bit.
Wow, had a lot.
Okay. Sorry, I had to turn your mic up. I thought you were coming in a little low on my
Oh,
end.
sorry.
No, I
Can't
turned
fix
you
that.
up. I turned you up though.
Okay.
You're good. Good to go.
So
Good to
let me
see
know if
you.
I'm echoing. I don't have my headphones on today. I think it'll
Nope.
be okay.
Yep, you're fine. No echoes or anything. You have been asked about. I was just telling everyone that you were going to. I didn't even mention your name. I just said we were going to have a special guest because people were asking about you last week, and I said, when I reached out to you, and I wanted to make sure that you had a chance to come on here and make your appearance and be the surprise guest and announce yourself. And I'm glad you did.
Well,
Good to see you.
I'm not special. Thank you for having me. But
Well, I'm
I'm
glad
sorry.
you picked out a great outfit, and I'm glad you shaved.
Yes, I did shave. Well, I'm on holiday now, so if I don't remember to
Oh yeah.
shave, it's gonna be. Even though I
Um.
had a student today going, "Hey, can you change my grade?" I'm like, "No,
Oh
no,
my gosh.
too late."
What was it? At a B, and they wanted an A.
No, they got a C minus, and I didn't know this, but I mean, I think I should know this. Now I do. C minus is not passing.
Hmm.
I was all about C's get degrees, but I guess you have to get a C above to pass, and they're freaking out.
So you can't get a C minus. It has to be a
Yeah, I
C
can't get a
or
C
C
minus.
plus. Gotcha. All right.
Like
I
grad
thought
school, you can't get a C in grad school. They're
B or
higher.
above. Well, I'm glad those days are over for me. Well, not really, because I do take certification classes and courses all the time to stay on top of that. And there are certain levels that you have to, uh, percentages that you have to get in order to get your certifications as well. So it sticks with me. Never ends. Do you take anything, Marcus,
Hello to
for
everybody.
accounting? Do you have to take certifications and get accredited and all of that stuff?
Yeah. So, I mean, the big for accountants, it's going to be the CPA exam. So a certified public accountant.
Mhm.
I don't have that certification. I tried, but that's a bitch of an exam right there. And then same thing with like financial planners or financial analysts. There's certified financial planners and financial planning analysis or financial planning analysts, and so yeah, there are certifications out there to you know for one to enhance their career.
Right. Well, I know I have to, if I want to stay active in the cybersecurity realm, they have different new things, new technology, new vulnerabilities and vulnerability detections that come out all the time. A new company with the newest and greatest software that you have to have, and getting certifications every 2 or 3 years, it seems like. And I keep telling myself, eventually, am I going to age myself out of cybersecurity? And I think I probably will. And hopefully by then I'll be retired. Maybe I'll be able to I'll sell my company, and somebody will say, somebody like Elon Musk will come over here and grab my whole, my company and, and offer an evaluation of like $6 million. And I'll say, I'll cut you a deal. I'll sell it for you for 3 million. Hey, Gregory, good to see you, buddy. Welcome to Drinks and Discussions.
Greg is he used to be one of my research students.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Look at you bringing the following,
He's
to
smarter than
the
I
world.
am. Smarter than I am, which is not saying much. Sorry, Greg. But
He gives you that backhand compliment, Greg. He's like, yeah, he's smarter than I am, but I'm pretty stupid. But
well, I'm pretty stupid.
well, that's what I meant. That's what I was saying.
Uh,
Mm. So, um, was I saying something before that other than we were talking about certifications? But anyway,
So
uh,
yeah.
I just I always tell people though too, especially when I have younger nieces and nephews or cousin nephews, that you don't actually have to, if college is not for you, there are other programs and things that you can actually do to get ahead no matter what career choice you decide to go into. So if you're going to, like,
Hmm.
if you want to be a truck driver, go get your CDL and start practicing some of the safety training. If you want to be in IT, go start getting your CompTIA certification. Start at the levels, the entry levels, and all that kind of things. And if there's just, you don't have to have a degree necessarily in today's climate. It's good if you can go and get a degree, but if you can't and you don't want to do that, there are other options that you can do in order to make sure you're successful, no matter what your career choice is.
Hmm. Yeah, that was something that I've always told my son. I was like, look, it's like that piece of paper is not going to guarantee you anything. It's just going to get your foot in the door.
Hmm.
So again, it's a piece of paper. So to your point, if someone doesn't go to college or go to school, then there's opportunities for them to get a certification of some sort or learn some sort of trade so that they can have some type of paper that's going to get their foot in the door.
Right. Gregory said something, I've heard this before. Don't let school get in the way of your education. That's good.
told
That's a
that
good
to you,
one.
Greg. Did I? Or maybe you told that to me. I don't know.
That's a good one.
But it's funny because, and I got your message, Nick. What's weird too is that when you said those things, Marcus, can get you your foot in the door. It's just like if you want to start a YouTube channel, you can go in and you can start off really hot. But if the more people start following you, you have to basically sell yourself in the ideas and what you want to your YouTube channel to be about. And if you can start doing all those types of things, then that's how everyone starts to be able to participate and really enjoy. But just because you can create a channel doesn't mean you can sell yourself or sell whatever it is that we're trying to do. It's been hard, as you know, Marcus, you've been on this journey with me. It's been hard to get to 217 subscribers. You still have to put out content that people actually want to enjoy. Oh, hello, Puffy. Hello, La Puffy. Good to see you. Salute. I'm glad you made it. Mr. B, hello. I'm glad you dropped by, and happy holidays to you as well. Did I miss anybody else that popped
Mm.
in? It kind of went really fast there for a little bit. Okay, looks like we're good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
True Teller says his dad was notorious for those backhanded comments to his mom. Hey, you look good. Well, at least to me, you do. That's funny. Maybe I need to watch my compliments on my wife's cooking. I have to say, "Oh yeah, baby, it tastes good to me," instead of like I should just say, "Oh, it's good." And Mr. B, not to be confused with Mr. F. That's funny.
Or F.
Mm.
Thumper 88, nobody blocked you. We still see you, buddy. Nobody should be blocking anyone, actually. And Megatron, I still see your Megatron. Community Watch, you should be in there still. Hopefully nobody's blocking anybody. Uh, and by the way, for all the ones who are just following in, La Puffy and Mr. B, if you are partaking in any type of drink, whether it be water or libations, drop us a link and let us know what you're drinking. I am drinking an Angel's Envy tonight. Nick, I think you missed that portion of it as well. And Marcus is drinking his Mountain Dew Zero, though. Mountain Dew Zero.
Mountain Dew, that's right.
And Nick, what did you say you were drinking again?
Go Melbeck.
Oh, my bad.
It's my new thing I discovered. We have a faculty lounge on campus, and they've been serving this for a while. Like,
hmm.
what is that stuff? And they told me it's from Costco.
Oh, yeah.
I got it today. It's like it reminds me of $6 Chuck. from Trader
From
Joe's.
Trader Joe's. Yep. Yeah. LaPuffy is drinking cherry Coke. I haven't had one of those in
Cherry Coke is good.
forever. See, Marcus, I'm going to show you this real quick. I don't know if you can see this crap, but close as I can. You see how the sides are kind of
Okay, I see.
going in?
Yeah, it loses.
Hard.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
Sorry, everybody. We were just talking about the sphere that I use for my bourbon. And I actually have stopped, to be honest with you, I've actually stopped using these things. I've actually been using maybe one small ice cube, or after that one, I've just been drinking them neat. And I feel as if they've given me more, I enjoy the flavor without the watered down, that the sphere, as it melts, it starts watering down the alcohol or the drink. And I think I prefer it just to have it neat. No, I have not had a transfusion at the golf course, Mr. B. I don't even know what that is, my friend. And Gregory is drinking non-sweetened iced tea. And in case we have not said it, cheers to everyone. Cheers to you all.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, 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 cheers.
I can't wait to hear what this transfusion is from
I know. It's like an emergency transfusion on the 18th green or something.
And it's funny you mentioned the golf course because I have not played in a while, but I did happen to go. We went and looked at Christmas lights at one of our golf buddies' house. They're friends of the family. And so we got on the golf cart and we just went around the neighborhood and did all this stuff. It was really enjoyable. But this guy is the guy who loves Fireball. And I'm like, dude, nobody else wants these Fireballs. Stop it, stop it, stop it. I can't stand Fireball.
Well, it looks like Vic joined us. What's up, Vic?
Hey, Vic Ferrari. Hey, Steve, good to see you, man. Feel free to jump on if you want to. If you want to just go into the backstage channel, if you don't know which one to go in, and I can move you over to whatever channel we have. And also, Gregory, we have a Nightbot or a AI that will, if you type in all caps, you'll get a little nastygram from that. So if you see,
I was just gonna say he got swatted to half court.
Greg, stop spamming.
So the transfusion is ginger ale, vodka, and grape juice. I don't know. I've never. Oh, I don't even know if they have grape juice in the golf course I go to. But I will have to try to check that out one day. We'll definitely try. I will tell you guys. I am actually one of my most outstanding birthday presents, if not the most outstanding birthday present I got, was my best friend actually paid for a round of golf at Tiger Woods golf course in Missouri. And I am looking so forward to that. To the point where I'm actually going to be taking some golf lessons before I go, because I want to make sure I want to play. You don't want to go ahead and shoot like 100 on a professional course like that. You just don't.
All I know is soccer. That's it.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's a great.
Argentina.
Did y'all watch the game?
Oh my!
I did not.
Don't even get me started.
I know, that was insane.
I'm not into sports ball at all. I like soccer. That's cool. But like now I get it why people like sports. That game was like the best game I've ever seen. Like wow.
And when you're watching soccer, because for everybody has their complaints about the game itself and how slow it can be and all, but you watch it for games just like that because it could happen at any moment and you just never know when. And that was unbelievable.
My wife had to take our cat away because I was like squeezing it going, oh my God. Especially at the very end. I'm just like, oh.
Real quick, Dick, real
That was
quick. We
intense.
got Vic that popped up. I just want to make sure his mic
Oh, hey.
and audio were working because he said he couldn't get on. But we see you, Vic. Don't hear
Oh,
you yet.
am I on the panel?
You are on the panel,
Yep.
sir.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. How you guys doing? Good to see you, Nick. It's been a while, my man.
Yeah.
What's happening? Mark is looking good, man. I like the goatee there.
Little scruffy scruff.
So yeah, I really can't stay on. Today kind of became a busy day, and I got to get out and do some shopping. But I did tell you I was going to come up and I was kind of wish everybody a happy holiday. So I wanted to fulfill that. So that's why I'm up here. So everybody down in the chat and my friends here on panel, I just want to wish you guys the happiest of holidays, man, and health and prosperity in the new year.
Absolutely. And same to you, Vic. I really appreciate you stopping by and just saying that. And a very happy Merry Christmas and a very wonderful and prosperous New Year to you.
Hey, and I know you guys have the movie channel too, right? Where you guys review movies.
Yep.
Okay. Have you seen Constipation?
No.
Oh well, it hasn't come out yet.
Boom.
I was wondering.
So wait, hold on a second. Vic comes over here.
Where he was going with that.
We ain't seen Vic in months, and then he comes over here and starts to take over Marcus's dad jokes.
I thought Vic might have been talking about Will Smith's Emancipation, and he mispronounced it.
that was my early Christmas gift to Marcus right there, man. Merry Christmas, Marcus.
That was good. Thank you, Vic. That was good.
And real quick,
all right, man. You guys stay safe, huh? You guys stay safe. Take care.
Thanks, Vic. Mr. B said he has to run too, and he wanted to make sure everyone have a wonderful time with our families. Same to you, Mr. B. We appreciate you stopping by. And you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Speaking of that, I think that's a really good segue into something that I wanted to talk about. And that is, are you guys done with your Christmas shopping? And Puffy, I know you said you're sketching, but if you want to come on and sketch like you do and participate in the chat, jump on Discord. I'll move you over, and you can definitely be a part of the conversation. Don't feel like you have to sit in the chat. Feel free to come on. Oh, and you know what? In Thumper 88, I have a lot of respect for Mr. B, and I actually had a conversation with him on Discord that he and I, from time to time, don't see eye to eye on everything. But when we do talk, it's always that mutual respect that we have for each other, and it's never been anything that's been come from a place that's malicious or nothing without just it's been really just respectful. So I wanted to make sure everyone knew that it's okay to have a differencing of opinions and still be okay with each other and be friendly and cordial with each other. And I appreciate Mr. B always coming back over here just to have hopefully some really good and enlightening conversations, because I know he's an intelligent individual and he always enlightens me when he talks about stuff. And I know him and Liz can talk about aerospace engineering and all that kind of stuff. So always appreciate you, Mr. B. As he's talking to Nick now too with this big words, gravity-electric magnetics.
Mr. B still believes in gravity and the globe Earth, and I'm trying to convince him no. Not possible.
You're saying gravity doesn't exist?
No, it's all electromagnetism.
Ah.
I have been shown the light.
Tomato or tomato, it's all the same.
No, we're just joking. We go to this other channel.
I know. So Gregory had said that he's got his girlfriend, mother, and Nick Christmas present, and that's it for him.
Wait, you got me a Christmas present? Don't give me Christmas presents.
No wonder he's getting. I was like, he's a teacher's assistant. He's not a student. So I was like, is he getting? He's the guy with the asking for the change of the grade. That's why he's getting you the present. What about you guys on the panel? What are you guys doing? And also in the chats, if you a white elephant gift. Oh, is the white elephant the gift that you give away to people and people could take it away and all that kind of stuff? Is that the white elephant gift?
Yeah. We had some little holiday parties at work last week, and but yeah, I've still got a little bit to go. Um, I never really know when I'm done. It's just I just get to the point that I am done.
You're just like,
So
I'm done. I'm
it's
just
just
done. Right.
yeah, I'm done. So
And it's weird. I feel the exact same way. It's because you could always sit there and go, oh, especially for your little girl, you're always probably going like, oh, she would love this. Oh, she would love this one. And then all of a sudden you're looking and you're kind of like, I'm not a big rapper. I don't like to gift wrap. I'll put something and it's always terrible. I'm also thinking, I don't want to wrap this many presents. And I know when we have stuff for my son, my wife is going to wrap them all, and that's great. But no, I get to the point where I'm just like, I'm done. And I didn't even have to go very far
yeah,
today this year. We did a bunch of our stuff is on Amazon. That was it. Our Walmart
hmm
online and all that kind of stuff. Thanks, Mr. B. Have a good one, buddy.
yeah,
And it's
Yeah.
weird too, by the way. You talked about your holiday in the office. It was weird because
mm,
we tried for so many years to continue because we're all remote to do these Zoom holiday Christmas events where they play these trivia games and they play these other things and they say you submit your pictures, family pictures to them, and they'll show pictures of your family. And I swear I last all of maybe 10 minutes of that and I jump out of the meeting and I'm just like, forget about this. It's just no fun at all.
mm,
I get why they're trying to do it. It's just not very fun. They could do a lot in trying to plan and make it more interesting for everyone else.
yeah.
Nick, what about you? What do you got? Don't tell us
I
what your wife
did
is. You got your
do
wife.
hopefully my final shopping today. My God, the mall.
Oh yeah.
hmm
Uh, um, I don't know. I like Christmas. Now I'm not religious, but I don't know. I like the music and I get
Mm-hmm.
into it. It is the most wonderful time of the year. Um, and of course, now that you know what I found was funny as we grow older, as kids, getting Christmas gifts is easy. I
hmm
mean, for kids, Christmas gifts are cheap. The older we get, like the more expensive the gifts become. Like,
Oh
for
yeah.
example, I want to buy a new fancy car.
hmm
I can't really ask my parents for that Christmas gift. It's like, yes, I need $80,000. Like, yeah, what happened to the days where like it's a $20 Walkman? But
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm done with Christmas shopping. I think I have everything.
Nick, I was just about to say you might want to just ask someone with a child and talk about how expensive toys can be these days. My son wanted this from Star Wars, the BB-8 remote control BB-8, and
Oh yeah, yep. I
my
wanted
wife
that too.
my wife went and bought him like this little bitty one. It's like goes around in circles and stuff. He was like, "This is not the one I want." But Dad, I got to get online
Yep,
and show you which one I wanted. The
yep,
one he wanted
absolutely.
cost $800.
Oh man.
Okay, I was a spoiled kid. Not that spoiled though.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
and so that
maybe I
yeah.
was.
So listen, if I can give to whoever I can give to it, that's just what I would do. I want to do. But that's also what I wanted to talk about. I mean, when for those of us who have kids, do you get to a point when you're buying stuff? Do you go, just because I can afford this, does it mean that I should do it? Because I'm kind of thinking, I don't want my 4-year-old to be thinking every Christmas that he says, I'm circling this and I'm circling this, and Santa's going to bring it to me.
Tough. I mean, I just had this discussion with my mom. I'm estranged with my sister. We haven't talked for a billion years. But she has kids of her own, which makes me an uncle, and of course, I like to buy gifts. Like, oh, why do you want to do that? It's like I buy gifts not because I'm trying to make the kids happy. I do it just because it makes me happy. I mean, yeah, I mean, call me stupid. I mean, there's some things I fall for. It's like, it's this big capitalist thing or you buy gifts. Of course, when I was a kid, though, we didn't have things like the internet, which was selling us stuff like $800 robots.
Right.
I would love an $800 robot, but then, of course, I'm an overgrown kid.
Well, so YouTube has gotten smart to where they have even just YouTube Kids channel. And I don't know if most of you have heard of this channel for kids called Ryan's World. And Ryan's World is this little kid that just started off with his parents buying him toys, and he's playing with them and just basically giving it like a child's review. And he is worth millions of dollars right now just because his parents started him out on YouTube way back when. And because of him, kids watch his show and they want what he's got.
Wow. Well, selling stuff to kids is easy. I used to watch Saturday morning cartoons.
True story. Same here.
I still want Fruit Loops.
It was always Lucky Charms. My parents wouldn't buy Lucky Charms, but we always wanted Lucky Charms.
Yeah, it's funny. In my family, we always celebrated Christmas. Now, you gotta remember, my parents immigrated here from India, so I still remember like the first Christmas I can remember. Funny story. They didn't understand that. They understood that Santa comes down the chimney, right? But Santa doesn't put the presents in the chimney. They put the presents in the chimney. But also, I take this back. I mean, we were, as latchkey kids, we're kind of spoiled, and they, I think, to a certain degree, thought they could buy our happiness by giving us stuff. So we got gifts throughout the years. Like, Mommy, I want that toy. It's April. Yes, I want that toy. Okay, we got it. It was kind of like Cartman. Whereas all my other friends only got gifts during Christmas. So, like, for them, Christmas was a big thing. Like, I want this, I guess, $800 robot or this or that. And I'm like, what did you get for Christmas? I'm like, oh, I get stuff every few weeks. So,
right.
But I always like the music. I just like the tree and the fireplace. I don't know.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love Christmas. I love everything about Christmas. And again, when you have a small child, I think it actually enhances that whole thing because we go and so we went looking at Christmas lights, and his eyes brighten, and he just is full of joy. He's walking around. We have the elf on the shelf, and he's moving around. He's really into it. And Marcus can attest to, doing all those types of things. You can kind of easily get into. Even if you're a bah humbug about the other adults you run into at the mall or in the parking lots, if you have a child that's still into the whole Christmas thing, it gets to be enjoyable when you just can share those and see the holidays through the little one's eyes. And I love it.
I mean, I get it. People tell me, oh, it's all about consumerism and this and that. And you know what? They're probably right. Yes, it is this big money-making machine. You know what? It's fun. Just let it be fun. I don't care. I earn my money. I can spend it wherever I want. I'm not being conned in it. I'm well aware that it's this big, construct by these big companies. But so what? Fun. Who cares?
Marcus, is this still the year that you got a believer? You got a true believer still in the house?
It is. Yeah, I do. I do. So it's still tricky for me, and I'm kind of in that rock and a hard place to where I'm kind of ready for her to not believe, but and then there's moments where it's kind of cool because yesterday we did pictures with Santa, and just seeing how she engages. Hold on one second, guys. Seeing how she engages Santa when she's talking to him, and the light in her eyes. That's I can't get enough of that.
Right.
Now the other stuff of me trying to hustle and hide and be secretive, I'm kind of worn out about that, but that other part about just how she lights up, that's pretty special still.
Do she still the Elf on the Shelf still a thing?
It is. Matter of fact, that elf is sitting underneath our Christmas tree playing with a bag of marbles.
Is that you already moved it tonight, or you have to move it
No,
again tonight?
This is where it was this morning.
Okay.
So yeah. So he'll be in a different place tomorrow.
It's funny because I'm gonna see if I can show you what we've been doing with our shelf, Elf on the Shelf. My wife has been doing a really good job on keeping up with it, and I've been trying to help her out occasionally. So here's what I'm gonna show you on my phone if I can show you guys. Here's what we did last night. And she's got a marker, and those are little pictures of the
the Minions.
Yeah, the Minions. And so that we did that. and here's the funny one that she just did. Poop. We did one with a Hershey Kiss poop. That was hilarious.
Okay.
And
that's funny.
This is the one where she's on the counter trying to look at a recipe in a book, trying to cook.
That's funny.
So my wife goes to these channels and tries to get all the ideas and stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell her about the marbles. We haven't tried the marble one yet.
Yeah.
Megan is in the house. Everybody, just want to let everybody know, Megan has she said she got a friend over, but she'll try to join us on here in a little bit as well. As Mr. Nick is in his airplane pilot combat. I don't know what that is.
I know. I was wondering, what is that?
Are you supposed to be King Kong? Because I see the airplane flying around your head. I don't know what that is.
No, I'm the pilot. Oh,
you're the pilot.
People on the
airplane. Are you flying that airplane right now?
I was, but I crashed.
Oh no.
Everybody else, tell us what you guys are feeling about the holidays. If you've got young ones, are they still true believers? If you've got Elf on the Shelf, if you want to get something that you would like to post, show us what you are doing with your Elf on the Shelf, let us know. And I'll be honest with you too. It's weird because my wife's birthday, and then it's my birthday, and then there's Christmas, and that's a lot of money spending between the two of us. And so when it gets to Christmas, I'm like, what else is there left? I mean, like I say, all the time, she's got the greatest guy in the whole wide world. So what else could she possibly need? But I get kind of, I get a little, I get stagnant because I'm thinking of all the things that I can get her when I thought of all the things I can get her for her birthday, which was in November.
Mm-hmm.
Let me send Puffy a link here real quick. She's going to join us as well. Boom. You should have it. Puffy should have that link now. Nick has said that he has seen Puffy on other channels and she is good to go. Everyone give Puffy a very nice Drinks and Discussions welcome. She's the one drinking cherry Coke this evening. Welcome, Puffy or La Puffy. Do you go by Puffy or La Puffy?
What? La Puffy. But you can call me Martha.
Whichever one you prefer. What do you prefer?
Well, everybody calls me Martha most of the time.
Martha?
Like Mark?
Yeah.
Martha.
Martha.
Okay. Martha.
Like Martha, or Marsha. No.
It's like the vineyard, right?
Ah, yes, Martha's Vineyard.
Great airport.
Yeah, I was thinking of that when he said that. I was like, what is he talking about? But then I remembered.
So, Martha, do you have any children? How's Christmas going? Christmas shopping? Are you finished?
I got 8 kids.
Wait.
They all. So, yeah.
You said
I got
8 kids?
Yeah. I got a 21-year-old, 17, 14, 13, 12, 9, 3, and 2. 3 girls and 5 boys.
Oh my gosh! Can I just bow to you right now?
Gracious.
What kind of Christmas shopping do you have to do?
That's funny. I'm sorry. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm putting my headphones on. Or we're watching wrestling.
And truth teller, while
I make
she's
good money. I couldn't afford that.
well, Martha, while she's getting ready she's doing truth tellers in the chat saying that he is all about the lights and decoration and Christmas music, and I am 100% with you on that.
100%.
And the movies. I do like the movies.
How do I flip my camera?
We just saw something. We saw a video of something.
Yeah.
I'm you saw the river because I don't know how to flip it. I'm trying to figure it out.
And I think
How do I flip it?
I think we got Gregory in the house as well. He is the
Hello,
assistant.
hello.
Oh, I got it.
Welcome. Appreciate you joining.
For sure.
Are you a sketch artist, Martha?
I do a little bit of editing.
She's actually I actually saw her on another channel, Quick Vic has a channel, and I was over there last night and I was trying to plead my case to be in a drawing from Martha, and I'm trying to still make the case that I could be on one of the amazing drawings that she continues to do. I'm no Marcus. Okay. I'm no Marcus, but I'm hoping I'm not too bad to draw.
Oh gosh, no, I can't draw. I can't draw my hand.
No, I'm just talking about people want to draw you because you're so manly with the goatee and all.
Oh,
oh, I can't draw. Funny today. My wife is like, "Will you paint my toenails?" I'm like, "Look, I'm all about the arts, except for when it comes to painting in lines. Don't want me to do that."
I think I've painted I've offered to paint my wife's toenails, but I've only think she's allowed me to paint them once.
That's what I told her too. I was like, "Yeah, you'll let me do it once." And then you'll be like, "Nope." No.
What if you liked it? What if you had fun and enjoyed it?
I probably would have enjoyed it because I don't know. I'm a guy. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of erotic, I guess. But no, it'll be all over the place. Like.
Well, one of the reasons I married my wife is because she has cute feet. I don't have a foot fetish or anything, but I'm glad
a man
my
of
wife
culture. I see.
Yeah, I'm glad she doesn't have ugly feet. If she had ugly feet, I'd probably be thinking it might not work out.
Well, that's funny. Not to get too personal, but I don't really care about that stuff. But I've dated women who kind of have, I don't know, hobbit feet, and I don't know. It's just part of being kind of girly. Yeah, call me old fashioned, but yeah, I like.
I'm tomboy, so I don't know what y'all are talking about. So bad.
Which is why I shouldn't paint their toes.
What'd you say, Martha? Martha, what'd you say?
I am so tomboyish. I'm not.
Oh, you're tomboyish. That's fine. That is so fine. I wouldn't call my wife a tomboyish, but my wife likes to she likes doing some things around the house, and she'll help me, and I'll sometimes like look at her and go, "Why are you doing that? I can do that. I can do that." I'm like, "No, you don't have to do that."
I got my own tools from saw to all that. I have fun building stuff.
So go back to your let's go back to what we were talking about, if we may. You have 8 kids in the ages. Have you completed do you celebrate Christmas, and are you done with your Christmas shopping, Martha?
I do, and I haven't because they changed their mind. They wait for everybody to see what everybody got. Instead of getting gift cards.
Yeah, I don't know if it's me, but Martha, your audio is kind of breaking, going in and out. Is that just me, or is it everyone else?
It's everyone.
Okay.
Breaking up for me as well.
Okay. Gregory, what about you? I know you said you had bought something for your. I think did you say your wife and your girlfriend, or did you say your wife and your mother and Nick? I was kidding.
No. I got something for my girlfriend, my mom, and then obviously Nick. I obviously got it.
You don't even know my address, Greg. Oh wait,
I'll
they're
fi-
not yet.
oh, no offense. I did not. I just got something for my mom and my girlfriend. So
No.
I finished that up. Just did my Amazon shopping, and just found out that I should be starting a new job in a week and a half or two, so I could buy a little bit more than I intended. So that's pretty cool.
Congratulations on that.
Thank
Do
you.
you-
It was
Is it better?
Yes, that's
it
a
was a
lot
long
better, Martha.
search. I like buying gifts. It's fun. You get to be like, oh, what do they need? What do they want? What do they like? And you gotta
Exactly.
I think it's fun.
We buy gifts for ourselves. It's because it makes us happy.
Yeah, it makes us happy to make others feel good. Makes us feel good, and you got it back and forth. Reciprocity.
I even buy them for my fur babies. They trip out on that, but
Oh
hey,
wow.
I got fur babies too.
Yep. Stan got also when I went to Costco, he got Alaska salmon. Gonna have that for Thanksgiving. I'm sorry, Christmas dinner. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's cute," but made me happy. It's gonna be fun to feed.
I love my
What-
cats, man. It's good to get them nice stuff.
I want to give everybody a chance here, real quick. Pause the conversation, and to give a shout out to our tardy in chief, Liz, who is a moderator but always forgets. Not always, but most of the time forgets that we do a lot on Tuesday. Hello, Liz. Good to see you. Can you hear us, Liz? Are you unmuted?
Yes, yours.
Liz.
Good morning to you, Liz.
You shouldn't be on your 10-minute waiting period. That only happens once you get started, Liz. You should be on the live stream. Something's muted on your end because we don't see you talking. I'm with you, by the way. Go back to what we were talking about, guys. Gregory, I'm with you. And Nick, I do like, when you first start getting in and thinking about things that you can provide and gift your loved ones. Except for the
waiting period. That only happens once.
You gotta mute the browser, Liz.
On the live stream. Something's muted on your end because we don't see you talking.
You there, Liz?
I'm with you, by the way. Go back to what we were talking about.
I'm gonna mute Liz until she figures that out real quick. But what I was gonna say is I get to the point where I'm even on Amazon and all I start doing is looking. I have an idea, and then I go to Prime and I say which one is going to be delivered before Christmas.
That I kind of feel. I did that too, but then I'm like, you know what? If they get it after Christmas, they get it after Christmas. It's not, pertinent. I won't see my girlfriend probably for a few weeks. And while I love my mother, we live in the same house, and I can say, hey, it's coming in a few days. It's not a. I mean, I still live with my parents right now, and my girlfriend she works for Amazon.
Isn't that hard for you to hide them? Because you never know when they're gonna get there, and that happened to me before. That's what I'm asking. And next time you know, they're like, "Oh, it's not for you," and they're like, "Yeah, it says my name on it. Why is it not for me?" Yeah.
Yeah. No. I feel, but I'll just be like, wait, it says my name on it. Give it, and I can kind of tell by the shape of it. It's like, oh, that's what I ordered. That's the shape of it. Give it. And I mean, we're all also as well. Like we're already adults, so I don't have to go, oh, it's like a Santa gift or it's a it's a super surprise. You're gonna get it in 20, 30 minutes or a day or something like that.
You know what happened to me too? That we went to buy the kids some gifts, the little ones, because the girl ones already know what's up. But the little ones, and we told them, oh, they're for your cousins. But why for them? It's mine. I like it, right? And then my son comes up out of nowhere, and my 9-year-old goes, hey, did you guys know there's no Santa Claus? I'm like, oh, no, he did.
Oh,
wow. No, he did not just say that. And they're looking at me like, he goes, Mom, just tell them the truth. You buy them from the store, and you put them under the tree, or you put them on somewhere, and you just give it to us. We're like, oh, God, no, you're lying. And then he's like, no, I'm not. I know Santa Claus is dressed by somebody else. Somebody dressed us up, and ho. And I was like, oh, hell no, he did it.
Santa Claus is like... It's like conspiracy theories to children. It's like their first conspiracy theories trying to find out if Santa Claus is real. It's like, hey, wait a minute. And then all the kids, they get together and they're like, ooh, what about this?
I know. And then he goes, Mom, the tooth fairy doesn't exist either. Just tell them.
My parents never told me about Santa Claus. Maybe that's why I don't believe in religion, stuff like that. But
Oh, I had people dress up like Miss Santa Claus. My little sister was Miss Santa Claus once and stuff like that. But it's funny how he goes, not even the tooth fairy exists. Don't lie to them anymore, please. I'm already 9 and I even know. I was like, oh God.
I feel the tooth fairy is a little weirder than Santa.
A Santa Clauses. A Santa Clauses.
You know, they not only did the Santa Claus become the first conspiracy theorist that children believe, then they throw Elf on the Shelf in the mix, because the Elf on the Shelf, my son has gone around, and we went to a ice show where they had a Christmas village where you can buy all these Christmas things, and they had a ton of Elf on the Shelves. And my son looks at them and goes, "Oh, these are just like the remakes. We have the original at home," because he thinks his Elf on the Shelf is the original, the only real one out there in the world.
It's like kind of cute.
Is that the thing they tell kids which are watching them, like if they do good or bad?
Yes, and then
it like moves around.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was like that. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense, because I heard this actually just this season. I guess somebody on like TikTok or whatever, their Elf on the Shelf like cut up their kid's clothes, and their kid believed it, and then everybody got all butthurt about that because they said that was me. I think that's a really funny practical joke to do on your kids, but
maybe the kids were dicks that year.
Yeah, exactly.
You could do a lot more if the kids think it's like a make-believe elf or something like that. You could really get away with a lot more, rather than it being the parents. So they just wait. They hold in all their anger until the end of the year, and then the elf comes along and does all the revenge on them.
That's a great way to do it.
My 3-year-old is the ducks. You know those little ducks that dress up like a queen and what is it? A circus leader or something like that. Those little ducks. Touch the duck. The
like the bathtub ducks.
I'll show you. Yeah, I'll show you right now. My daughter collects these. You'll see these in every way in motion. Really? I have a lot of these.
Oh my God, that's cute.
If I want to show you all the ducks, it's an obsession. Oh boy, I'm gonna show you all the ducks. I gotta look for them right now. She has all kinds of ducks. Once a president and queen. Let me find some for you, and I'll come right back.
I've never seen that. That's crazy.
I've never seen one of that either.
Yeah.
Likey Jake, I have a really dumb question. You're not.
Can you hear?
Right? I always get you two confused.
He's not who?
You're not the one with long hair, right?
No, that's Big Jake.
I'm sorry.
That's Big Jake. You're Flaky Jake. Okay.
Oh, we can hear you now, Liz. Sorry, I didn't know that was you talking, Liz. Sorry. We can hear you.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I'm not Big Jake. I'm not the right sex or age.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Glad to see you on the channel.
I don't know, but you know what? My parents like treated me like a 19-year-old at age 4, so Santa Claus was never a thing. I had friends who believed in it. I used to make fun of them, like, really?
Mm-hmm. Well,
are you saying you're a bully, Nick? Is it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. No, I was a bully to those kids.
He was just trying to bring truth to the people.
Right.
It's like Socrates.
Speaking of truth, I was a Jehovah's Witness. I wasn't able to believe in Santa, and I'll be honest with you, it took me a while.
Oh,
it took me a while to get into
we have that issue
the
here.
Holiday.
We have the same issue here because my mother-in-law is a Jehovah's Witness, and we can't celebrate it. Either we celebrate a day before or a day after, or we do it and she goes into her room, and we're like, I don't know if it felt at the beginning, and when I started doing that, I was like, oh my god, should we or should we not? And then we can't put no lights, we cannot put none of that. And one of his, there's only two of her kids. Okay, there's 2 boys. When the first time one of her sons did the tree, he was already 19. He did the tree. He was like a little kid. He's like, I did my first tree. I did, like a little kid, because he's never done one. And when he did it, he was all excited.
But see, that's how my grandparents were when we were growing up. They would always come bring us gifts before the holiday, before Christmas. And that way they would actually make us feel like, we were, part.
My daughter has 25 of these. They're different kind of ducks. I just found these 2 for her now, but yeah, they're different ducks.
Nice.
I'm sorry, your daughter has
25
ducks?
Yeah, they're different. They're queens, there's kings, there's like clowns. She has all kinds of ducks.
Never heard of that. Who makes them? Is there a
That I cannot answer because I really don't know. I have this duck. I got it from a neighbor was giving out toys, and that's why she got the big duck. She loves ducks. She got this one. Like it's a big duck. Like, big duck.
So I've never seen that big one, but I've seen the small ones. My son actually when he goes to the dentist, they give him those little different rubber duckies, and he's got several of those things laying around here all the time as well. But I just never saw
this one says
big
they got it at
one.
Six Flags.
Oh, Six Flags.
I know this. I guess this is the first time I seen this one too. When they gave it to her, I'm like, wait, not another duck, please. And it was a duck. She has a lot of them.
What's the green store, by the way, Nick?
California. They sell green stuff.
Oh, for like
to eat?
Yeah.
I prefer if it's for to eat.
Oh, when you say green, I thought it might like be something like good for the environment, or like you're ordering a Tesla.
I thought he was talking about dispensaries or something because that's another word they use. That's the first thing that came in my head.
Dispensaries, that's true. You're right.
And they also have edibles, so that's why I was about to ask because they said eat. Okay, edibles. You never know.
Those are on a whole other level. They're like too strong. They're very unenjoyable after like a little. It's like.
There's actually one of my students who said, "Oh, you should try the green stuff. It might help you relax and be less of a."
Yeah, the oils, the drops are better, but the edibles they give you anxiety, like all kinds. You feel like crying. You feel like that's why nobody that I know does them. Some of them they eat them like nothing, but that's my daughter can eat them. I can't.
That's why I drink.
Yeah, it's too much.
Kids, coffee and cereal,
peanut butter and everything. Yes. I found out I had ADD at the age of like 25, and I was like, this makes sense. I was like drinking coffee till before I went to sleep.
Coffee and energy drinks kill you. They'll make you go to sleep, or they make you tired. They piss you off. Either or. I have ADHD.
Yeah, it causes you to crash. You just
You know what's funny? I might need to go check to see if I might be diagnosed with that, because I can do the exact same thing. Coffee, I love it in the morning because it kind of warms me up, especially if it's cold, and I don't get a headache because of the caffeine withdrawal. But I can drink a cup of coffee at night, and it'll actually make me sleepy, and I can my brain kind of shuts down, and I don't have it wandering, and then I can go to sleep.
I go slow-mo. And I talk really fast, and I'll go to crashing down with slow-mo. Or I'll be stuck stupid, and I'll be like, everybody look at me. My mom's shutting down slowly. Look at her. She's not talking. After that, I shut down.
Oh, when I found out I had ADHD, I went back to school, and when I took meds for it, and then I became a physicist.
Oh, that was... No, I was like taking one class at a time at junior college, and Santa Monica was a real hard college. But then I got my medication, and I had like 17 or 16 units, and I was working 2 jobs, and I got A's and B's. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I wish I had this when I was like a bit younger. It was insane. It was like a super pill.
They gave me Seroquel. That would knock me out all day. 150 with Seroquel.
Oh wow! You know
how did you discover you had AD?
That crap not only knocks you out, but like it makes you want to eat butter.
Oh,
butter!
I just want
sometimes.
Butter. Oh,
sometimes I wouldn't even know how I went to the restroom. I couldn't even open my eyes. Like I was touching walls and trying to get there. You know what I mean? And then they gave me Xanax, and that got me lost. I would drive and I'm like, where in the hell am I going? And I would just stop in the middle of traffic, trying to figure out where I was going and where that came from, because I forget a lot of things.
Marcus, you had a question?
Depakote too.
Xanax is brutal.
Marcus had a question.
Yeah, no, I was just, I guess for Gregory, how did you determine? I mean, how did you figure out that you had ADHD?
I took Adderall twice. I took it once, like my lab partner had some. I was like, "What are you taking for the test?" He's like, "Oh, it's Adderall. It makes you super focused." And I'm like, "What the hell?" He's like, "You want to try it?" And I'm like, this is a good time to try a drug for the first time before a chemistry final. So I tried that, and I was like halfway through the exam, I started to feel it, and I'm like, what in the hell is going on in my brain? I couldn't believe it. All my math was like perfectly done, and I'm no mathematician. I got like up to calculus. I'm not very good at math, and I was like, all my math was really good, and then I was like, okay, that was something. I texted him. I was amazing, whatever it is you gave, and he said, go get checked. And then about a year later, I was playing in a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. I was playing at a regionals over in Los Angeles, and I was just killing it. I went like 10-0 for like 14 hours. I was just playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I went undefeated for a long time. And I'm like, okay, there is something to this. And then a couple of years later, I was like, hey, Mom, maybe there's this. Maybe this explains like the C's and dropping courses. And she's like, okay, well, you could talk to a psychiatrist. And then when I talked to her, I got some, and it was night and day with my grades, with it being able to work. It was incredible. And I guess experimentation would be the way to put it.
If I don't drink medicine, you have to read things to me, or else I would have a test, and if you give me the paper, I was blank. But if you were reading it to me, I'll be acing that. You know what I mean? But if I did math also, you had to explain to me over and over. I was perfectly fine with fantasy baseball, but when that had nothing to do with math, I'll be like, you know what I mean? Either you read things so I can understand them and explain twice, and I'll be fine. Besides that, I'll stuck.
Hey, Liz,
I completely relate.
Liz, did you have anything you want to add or ask or regarding that we were talking about?
I just put in the chat that I'm back on Brian's Christmas because I'm really curious what Jehovah's Witnesses would even do for Christmas.
Well, they don't do anything. They don't celebrate. Christmas is a worldly holiday, and as LaPuffy was saying, for her, I believe it was Martha, as Martha was saying regarding her, I think it was her mother-in-law. If you're celebrating,
they only have a ceremony like during the morning or day or something. That's it.
That's the Passover. So the Passover correlates around the same time for the Christmas observance, and they tried to do it's at sundown. They do the Passover, and that's to commemorate the Last Supper and all that kind of thing. That's what it's supposed to be. But it doesn't mean they don't have no Christmas presents, no exchanging gifts, no nothing. And if your family members who know you're Jehovah's Witness want to, buy you something, they can't even give it to you on that Christmas day. They give it to you on the day before, the day after, or somewhere, any other day besides that day.
Yeah, that's what we do it either a day before or a day after, or we just do it somewhere else if we have to, but they can't be around that.
Right. And it was hell. Well, trust me. It was hell going to school. Sorry. Go ahead.
How can they call it a worldly holiday when its intent is supposed to be celebrating the birth of Christ? That confuses me.
Because there's no reference in the Bible that correlates to celebrating Christmas at all. There's even on
That's
his birth,
true.
There's nothing in the Bible that says celebrate the birth of celebrate my birthday. But they do talk about in the Bible about the Passover, and he has continued doing this in remembrance of me. And so that's why they celebrate the Passover, and his death is more important than his death.
Wait, no. You got that wrong. Passover was from when the Israelites left Egypt. Okay? And the firstborn were passed over from being killed by God because the Israelites were instructed to put the blood of a lamb on their doors. Okay,
that's right.
So they were passed over. When you say in remembrance of me,
that's the Last Supper.
That's the Last Supper that Jesus had before crucifixion. So they're two different events.
So and therefore that is why Jehovah's Witnesses who claim to say that they know everything about the Bible. I say it because that's what they call it, and you're completely correct.
Really?
But that's what they call it. They call it the Passover because you're passing over the unleavened bread and the wine and drinking in remembrance of me. All those things that you had mentioned, the Last Supper. But they call it. And let me just be honest with you. I know people who are still Jehovah's Witnesses, and I know some who've recently left Jehovah's Witnesses, and they will tell you the exact same thing. Jehovah's Witnesses changes their curriculum and their stuff almost yearly. So what they have said and probably preached when I was younger, they're probably not even preaching anymore, because when I was young, my parents preached to me that Armageddon was going to come before I graduated high school. And so we were all going to be, in paradise, and everybody else was going to die. Cult.
Oh shoot!
That's then they start saying that you have to join to save your soul or something like that.
Right. What's that, Marcus?
Well, they had to go back on their 144,000 thing from the Bible when the membership went past that.
Yes.
Right.
Well, they didn't go back on the 144,000. I always call it like religion math. So they go back and say it's not necessarily 144,000, or it's not the significance of 1914. They'll say that we, didn't understand, or something else has been brought to the light from the Holy Spirit, and therefore, Gregory had to leave to go jump out and help with something. We appreciate you, Gregory, for stopping by, man. Join anytime. We really appreciate having you. But that's what we did, Liz. I believe that Jehovah's Witnesses always change, and you get this with a lot of religions. A lot of religions will change different aspects of what they're teaching, because if they miss the mark based on their religious math, then they have to come up with something that says something was either brought to their attention or brought to the light with the Holy Spirit to why things are what they're saying they are now.
Right, I gotcha. The prosperity gospel preachers are always adding in new stuff.
Absolutely.
Always. So the conservative Christian community would say that's wrong because you can't add the scripture. So you're going outside of the Bible and what it tells and what it teaches.
Well, religion is hard to explain if you try to explain it without using the Bible. That's why I always tell people, if you don't believe in the Bible, how can you explain the events and things that transpired without using the Bible? Show me somewhere else where the things that are in the Bible have been proven accurate or truthful without using the Bible. It's hard to do.
Archaeology.
Almost virtually impossible. Archaeology will tell you only things that they will tell you about is what the scrolls were and how old those scrolls were. They can't validate the actual events that took place as being accurate.
There's more. If you look it up, there are some archaeological findings that are what comes to mind are the stelas that are monuments that they found and uncovered. They found one that alluded to King David that was a really big deal because up until that point, they had no archaeological proof that David ever existed. And he's a huge figure in the Old Testament.
Okay. Well, so what I want to do is I want to table this, Liz, because I think it would be a very good conversation. But I also want to make sure I'm more prepared to, address some of the things that you're referring to, because I don't want to misspeak, and I don't want to bore other people who really just don't want to hear about the religious topic tonight.
Yep, no problem.
But 100%, we will revisit this. And we got a new person in there. I believe he's a friend of Nick's, Chris Jackson. Is that a friend of yours, Nick?
No. I mean, yes, but no.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris Jackson. Welcome to the show.
Oh, Chris. Chris is a meme guy from Dr. Dave, right?
Oh, okay. So then he's my friend.
Oh, well, listen. Well, so let me just say this real quick. Dr. Dave has reached out to me and started asking me questions, and he and I had been talking. And he asked me why I did not allow him over here the last time he came over here. And after we had this conversation, I just said to myself, listen, Chris Jackson has not said anything negative or caused any disruption here. So if you see people over at other channels and they are causing chaos or whatever the case may be, we all should feel comfortable that we don't do that here. We're just a different channel. We don't do any of that stuff. Yeah, Chris. Listen, you're fine, dude. That was just they were just saying.
Yeah, I was just identifying who you were, dude.
Right. But we don't do the same things that Dr. Dave does or other channels. We're just the Drinks, and we have discussions about all types of things, and we treat people here with respect and That's it. And even if we don't agree, we still. But back to Dr. Dave. Dr. Dave, I actually thought he was actually going to pop in and join us for a little bit as well. but I did extend the invitation to Dr. Dave that he is more than welcome to come over here and participate in some of the conversations that we have and the topics that we talk about over here.
Oh yeah, I was just saying that I was just identifying that where I knew Chris from. That's all. I was not saying anything negative.
Right. And you know what? I'm sorry, but Thumper, I thought you were already a mod, but you are now mod. Apologize for the chief. I thought I did that last week.
I thought Thump was a mod too.
Yeah. So Chris, listen, it's not about trust. It's not about that. It's if someone identifies you from being on another channel, and if there have been other channels with bickering and nonsense and all that kind of stuff, that's all they were saying. No one's saying that they don't trust you. They were just identifying who you were, because I thought that you were a friend, because we had a friend of Nick Volt's on here before, and I thought you had known Vic or knew Vic personally. So welcome to Drinks and Discussions. Hope that you can feel welcomed, and if you have anything that you would like to.
From Vegas Valley's community, I noticed.
Nick, are you showing us your collection?
A new Bible for my collection.
Is that what you were showing? All the hotel Bibles.
First thing I do is I put in a drawer and
they're coming for you, Nick.
No, this is how I document all my travels. Like, I'll write in the Bible where I was. Like, this was Santa Clara, California.
Nick.
Yeah, that's a new one.
I thought that was there.
You know you're going straight to hell. Still in Bibles, you're going straight to hell.
No,
dude.
I'll bring these to Satan and go, haha, look what I've done. Ha 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 ha. Except the time I went to Salt Lake City and I got one of these.
Go ahead, Liz. What are you about to say, Liz?
There's a great Bible. Have you seen it?
I wanted to let Nick know that there's a whole group of people out there, and I know some of them personally, actually, called the Gideons, and all they do is raise money and buy Bibles and put them.
Most of these are Gideon Bibles.
Put them in hotels, dude.
Yeah, placed by the Gideons.
Right. So they're there for you to read and leave for the next person, dude.
But I want them. I want them.
They are now mementos, keepsakes.
How about this, Nick? Take the Bible and leave some money for replacing it.
You know what? Despite all of the theft that Nick is admitting to right here on a live stream, I want to change. Yeah. I want to move forward. I want to move forward to our next topic, and hopefully it'll lighten everyone's mood a little bit. And Chris, this gives you an opportunity to jump right in here and discuss some things, because in case you have not been watching, I have been trying to stay as positive as I can on some of the videos that Drinks and Discussions have been putting out throughout the week in between our live streams. And as of late, Liz and myself, Truth Teller, and Thumper have been listening and watching videos, and they have been from old school R&B to Marvin Gaye, as we were mentioned before. We had the Brothers Johnson and some Ambrosia today.
Yeah.
So, but Truth Teller asked this question. He thought it would be a good topic. What was the best concert you have been to? And tell me about the experience on it. So let's start with Chris. You're in the chat. Go ahead and put it in the chat. And while you're chatting about that, Liz,
when Earth and Fire's one.
Well, hold on, Martha. We're going to get to you in 2 seconds. We're going to do a real round robin. So, Liz, why don't you start off with, first?
I had two great Earth, Wind, and Fires in Seattle. Gosh, I don't even think I was old enough to drink yet. And then there was a Diana Ross that was done in the round. That was really good. And then there was a Billy Joel at the Puyallup Fair that was, really excellent. And a Janet Jackson at the Puyallup Fair. Yeah, I haven't been to a concert in a million years because I don't do crowds like that anymore. But those were the best.
Nice. Oh, good.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be a bad concert from any of those groups that you mentioned there.
No, they were all great.
And by the way, Chris Jackson, we use Discord for our streams. It just gives us a little bit more security and a little bit more controls. So if you are not on Discord, just put in the chat what your best concert that you've ever attended. And also we have our AI technology built in. So if you're using all caps, you will get a nasty gram from the spam box. And so just make sure your cap lock's on there. Liz loves.
By the way, Chris,
go ahead,
Liz. Discord is a nightmare. I'm still trying to learn it, and I'm still not getting hardly anywhere.
But you know,
it's there.
You know what, Liz? Though it does help feed out people trying to porn spam you or porn bomb you and all those types of things.
Oh, okay.
So you have the protection, that layer of protection behind Discord that you don't have when you have just a URL link that people can go in and disguise who they really are on StreamYard.
But you know what?
Never use anything else.
It shows. That's all I can say. And I worked at Boeing, man. I worked a buttload of different applications and software, and this one is especially daunting. But
I feel you on that one. I still don't understand it. And I've been on Discord for almost 3 years. My kids go, "Mom, it's the easiest thing you could ever handle." Hell no.
Yeah.
I cry sometimes.
Yeah, but I'll get there at some point.
But anyway, Chris, it's all good. Just drop something in the chat about what your favorite concert has been, who is the artist, and some of the good things about what you enjoyed about it. And while we do that, Martha, go ahead and talk about your best concert outing.
Well, my boyfriend opened for Sugar Free, and then the Earth, Wind and Fire. I was in my FFA. I had my rabbit, and then they're like, "Oh, Earth and Wind and Fire is gonna play." We all ran to the thing, but we couldn't go in because we had our animal showing that day, so we were just listening and vibing to it at the fair. And Sugar Free, it looked funny because you know how they're all potheads and they were singing. The whole crowd was moving to one direction and then the other. Like if they were, it was trip out. I never seen so many people high and just dancing to the same direction. It was funny. I don't know. But those are the only two I've done.
Okay. Nick, go ahead. What you got, buddy?
You know what? Go to the next person and then ask me after that person.
Okay, Marcus, you're up.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite concert because I haven't been to a whole heck of a. I don't go to many concerts at all. I mean, I've seen, been to the Summer Jam, you know, that they used to have, or I don't know if they still have it or not, in Dallas. And I saw LL Cool J there 1 year, so that was good. I've seen Jamie Foxx and Belle Biv DeVoe, and then I've seen New Edition minus Bobby Brown in concert. So yeah, but yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite because I just haven't been to that many.
Truth Teller has said that all-time favorite is Bon Jovi.
Wow.
I can see how that could be very an entertaining concert. Okay, all right. Well, next, Nick, you asked us to come back to you, so we're back to you.
Oh, you know that's such a difficult question. That's like, whoa, what's your favorite band? Like, well, it's complicated.
New Edition. It's easy. It should not be that complicated.
I know I tend to give long-winded speeches or discussions, but if you just bear with me on this question, I can answer it.
The floor is yours.
As a dorky, ugly duckling kid, music was something which I found solace in. Right? You know, I remember when I first heard Stuff, and it's like, oh my god, this is the most amazing thing. The first concert I ever went to was to go see this band, Erasure. It was 1992. Never been to a rock concert before. And then when I went there, I mean, I was so young. I had to my dad had to take me. Like, how dorky is that? I had never heard music that loud before. It just blew me away. And from that day, I just love going to concerts. I have been to hundreds of them. In fact, only recently, me and my wife started this thing where we'd actually save our concert tickets. And that's why I told you, go to the next person. I'll come back. We had these shadow boxes with all of these tickets to every show.
Wow.
And there are 4 of these in our hallway.
That's crazy.
So to say what was my favorite concert, I don't know. But I think the one which was the most life-changing, it's is when I saw U2 at Dodger Stadium for their Zoo TV tour.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I decided, because I had ADHD, didn't become a physicist after graduating high school. I became a studio musician in LA. That's why I have all these keyboards and this. And I saw U2. It's like, I want to do that. I want to be on stage and do that. And I think it may not have been my favorite concert, but it was the most life-changing concert. And when COVID hit, it really killed us. I mean, it was the longest time we hadn't been to a show. But the last show I saw was Moulin Rouge, the musical. That was awesome. Saw it twice.
Let me find out that Nick is actually a groupie. He keeps calling himself a nerd. He's more of a groupie. He's like following bands around, funny. Got a plaque full of tickets.
Okay. But because as a studio musician, I don't get starstruck. Very, very few people who maybe get starstruck. But I love concerts. I just love it. I love everything about it.
Well, Thumper 88, just real quick.
The music they play before the show, which gets the audience.
Oh yeah,
started, I love it. I love it.
Just Thumper 88 was saying Elton John is great in concert. I have never seen him, but I would probably I would agree with you without even having to see him. But I think he would probably put on a great concert.
But at the same time, because I'm
a tiny dancer,
I only go to independent bands which play at small clubs, and those are my favorite concerts.
I'm going to say also what Martha had probably saying, if I could hear somebody that had a full band behind them in concert where they weren't necessarily singing and performing with a DJ, I would love, and I have not experienced that yet. I would love to see a Kool and the Gang, an Elton John, the Commodores, or somebody with a full band behind them playing some of these old school jams. I would flip out if I had an opportunity to do that.
I got that.
Jackson.
Go ahead,
never
please.
got to see Michael Jackson live.
I'd forgotten all about this one. I got to see Lou Rawls at the Opera House in Seattle, and it was in the 80s, and he had the full band deal going behind him, and it was phenomenal. I loved it.
A love quite like mine. Someone to love you.
Uncle was gonna take me to go see what's his name? Weird Al Yankovic or something like that.
Oh yeah, Weird Al.
He's funny as hell, no lie.
He is funny.
Yeah, actually, better question. There are bands I regret never seeing. I never got to see Mark Allman. I never got to see Michael Jackson. Never got to see Duran Duran, of all things. I played on stage with Duran Duran. Never actually seen them in the audience.
Hungry Like the Wolf.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, Duran Duran.
Beach Boys and the Beatles would have been classic.
Listen. Let me explain something. Look. It's my turn. My turn. Look, Nick. Nobody wants to see your fanboy photos and autographs, man. Nobody wants to see that.
But I was young and handsome.
That was you? Wait a minute. That was you? You weren't nerdy. You're a pretty good looking guy, man. You weren't nerdy.
This was after high school. I told you, ugly duckling. I grew into myself.
Oh. So I've only been to one concert in my entire life. Again, this is not a woe is me Brian moment, but due to things that we've already discussed on my upbringing, I was not allowed to go to concerts. And the only concert that I really ever wanted to go to was New Edition. And then came 2022. I finally went to see New Edition live, and it was all I could hoped it could be. And that would tell you this. Listen, I don't know how normal people would go to concerts, but when me and my friends go to concerts, we kind of wanted, like, it's a rare occurrence. It was my first time, so we went all out. It was very surprisingly. We didn't have to stand in line to go and to get our tickets. We had this VIP door that we went in and went upstairs. And they had this super huge lounge where we had dinner with our name on the table. And then you can look out and you can see the stage from where we were having our dinner. And we could have stayed up there and watched the concert if we wanted to. But as you know, Nick was talking about the warm-up act, the DJ's playing all these old school songs, and he's like getting everybody into it. It's great. And then if you don't really know some of the other songs and stuff that from the opening act, you can kind of hang out and do whatever you want. But when New Edition came on stage, we were down in our seats, and I'm telling you, the only thing that I wish that could be different was I wish I was front row, because it was just amazing. They sounded good, the dance moves, and in case you didn't know, I always wanted to be the guy that does the dance moves like this. I wanted to be that guy. I could do the breakdancing moves and all that, but I wanted to be that guy with my brothers, and I wanted to be doing like the Temptations and New Edition. That's what I wanted to be when I was growing up. So my only experience and the best experience I ever had was New Edition, which, by the way, they are coming again in 2023, and we are in talks of making that as well. Marcus, let me know if you're in, Chief. Let me know if you are in, Marcus. Oh, and by the way, like Liz is talking about in the chat, I just started paying attention to this chat, and there are a couple of bands and stuff you guys are all mentioning that are phenomenal that I would love to see. But a lot of my friends went to the Garth Brooks concert that was here in Texas this year as well, and they all said that he still puts on a really good show.
And who is this now?
I didn't know he was still. I didn't know he was still performing. I'm jealous.
Yeah, he played where the Cowboys play, the AT&T Stadium, and it was sold out. A football stadium was sold out for Garth Brooks.
Oh, that's right.
I bet. The only other one that I think would sell out like that maybe would, you guys will laugh at me, but I stand behind it, would be Barbra Streisand.
I'd love to see Babs.
I would too.
Yeah. It's funny, we're talking about religion before, and I don't want to rehash the subject, but, people watch, when people do the religious, they when they get into it, at the sermons, and like, it's like this electricity, which, and that's what I get from concerts. It's like, it's hard to describe. It's, as humans, it's just sort of feel the crowd, and especially, when a show is ready to start, it just builds. It's hard to describe that energy, but yeah, I mean, it is something mystical, and I can see how somebody could relate that to religion. Like, oh, but it's amazing, and that's what I felt at that U2 show. I was like, wow. Of course, that's when my narcissism kicked in. It's like, I want people to feel like that about me. Ha ha. But even as a touring musician, like I made such a big deal about, some bands, they don't care about the music they play, while they're setting up on the stage. I'm like, everything is important. Supposed to build the crowd. And yeah, I'm a dork. So, I mapped out like this, with beats per minute as the stage is getting built up before we would come on stage, like the BPM would start rising and rising, and even the sound people, I'd tell them, okay, you got to raise the volume by this much percentage every few minutes just to get the crowd. And yes, Brian, I hate your Nightbot. Nightbot and I don't get along.
It's not as bad as his 10-minute rule. His 10-minute
rule. Difficult. It's like asking somebody who's really into, and that's why, like, even this Christmas, I'm looking forward to, even though I'm non-religious, non-Catholic, I love midnight mass. It's just the energy. It's just, there's something, I don't know. There's just something which.
Well, one of the things I wanted just to say too, going a little bit further back when we were talking about religion, is I never try to convince anybody to think like me. I never want anybody to think that I'm here to discourage them from believing whatever they believe, because that's just not my thing. You don't have to like the music I like. I want to know more about you. Everybody on the panel, Martha, I want to know more about you and your concerts, your experiences, your religion, and you have a family member who is Jehovah's Witnesses, or some of the experiences that you go through is the same as something that I have experienced. That's what Drinks and Discussions, this channel, the general channel, is all about. That everybody from different walks of life can come in here and share experiences without all of any bickering or making people feel as if they're just not welcome. And Chris, you don't have to be on Discord. Just put something in the chat, man. We want to know a little bit more about your experiences, man. Just talk about your concerts, who you like, or any of those types of things. And that's what I always try to promote here, is that you just have a place where you can come talk about whatever it is you talk about, whatever things you believe, and no one's going to hate you for it or make you feel like you're less of a person for thinking the way you think, because everybody's an individual. Except for Marcus. I make fun of Marcus because he don't ever turn his heat on, and I guarantee you don't turn your heat on when it gets down to 7 degrees, Marcus. I know you can hear me now. I got your hat on. Marcus is like, I am not turning my heat on. I'm like,
no, the heat's on. My head's just cold.
What do you have the heat set to?
I think it's like 67.
That's not heat, man. You got to at least put it to 70, 71.
Wow.
That's cold, man. No wonder your head's cold.
Yeah. But I feel better now.
And to Thumper, where you're talking about like some country music, I'm not a big country music guy, but I will tell you this. I will go to see Dan and Shay. I would love to go see them. And then I would also like to go see, who's the one who's married to the actress, the redheaded actress. You know who I'm talking about, Liz. The guy with the long hair. She used to be married to Tom Cruise.
Oh, Nicole Kidman. That's
yes.
That's Keith Urban.
Keith Urban. I would go see him. Because I think he's just a really good dude, and I've seen some of the videos when I start posting things about believing in humanity again. He had one. I didn't post it, but he had one where he was doing something for a needed concert goer. It really made me cry. Not like snot bubble cry, but like tear up cry, because it was just so touching.
Yeah, no,
he seems
he's
like a
good.
nice guy.
And what's amazing is you listen to him talk, and he's pure Australian, and you listen to him sing, and there's no accent in his singing voice. It's pretty amazing.
Thumper 88 said he didn't like him. Listen, I'm sorry.
Really?
I kind of like the guy.
No, I like him too.
But I'm also not a big country guy. And if you're a country person, it's not like, there's a niche in country music. Some people just don't like other ones, and some people like the other ones.
Well, country was great in the 90s. They had some really big names, some really great singers. It's not like that. It's not as good anymore, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Well, let me just say this then. I would like for everyone here, and while you're in the chat, because I will go back and have to replay the chat if I can, so I might not write everything down. I am going to put a video with your favorite Christmas tunes videos in a video. So I want you guys to start thinking about it, but I'm not going to do this until Friday. So you have a lot of time. And if I hear Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas, one more time, Liz, I literally am going to climb my Christmas tree and jump.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer would be nice.
I did hit that. You know what? Someone requested that one today too, Martha. Someone definitely requested that one.
All right, Little Saint Nick by the Beach Boys. What's that one that the Beatles did or Paul McCartney did? I can't remember the name of it.
Say with Michael Jackson. I'm joking. I'm joking. What'd you say, Nick?
I've seen Paul McCartney live. Oh, funny story. So Paul McCartney's drummer, freaking beast. Like when his snare comes down, it's just this. So
Ringo?
my mom used to be a
Not
real
Ringo?
estate broker. No, this is after the fact.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, and he also drummed for Michael Jackson. So apparently, my mom sold him a house. And it's like, oh yeah, I thought you would like to meet him, but I don't know. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Michael Jackson's drummer and Paul McCartney's drummer?
Time out. Another layer of Nick Volt comes to light. When he talks about being a spoiled child, now you know his mom's selling real estate to stars, and no wonder he is a spoiled kid.
I've been I've had a very interesting life. So,
no wonder you get all those concert tickets.
My physics is the most boring aspect of my life. Seriously, it really is. And I love it.
I'm going to write Nick's biography. Just let me write your biography, and then I'm going to read it on Drinks and Discussions live.
You should. You should. I've got some funny stories. Some of them, unfortunately, I have receipts for them, like the picture with Duran Duran. It's like, because most people who meet me, they're like, no. You know, like, no. Like,
no.
Yeah. So I tell our eyeglass wearing friend who wears red glasses, I'm like, dude, you are so not Hollywood. Not Hollywood.
Yeah, so I got a question for Martha real quick, if you don't mind, if you get the people on the panel don't mind. And I want to ask the same question to those who are first timers that have come over. I know Chris Jackson's a first timer. So Martha, tell me, how do you feel, even though some of the conversations and topics that we talk about, they vary, and we try to stay more and more on current events when we talk about these things, but because of the holidays, we're kind of being more holiday centric and trying to keep it lighter. We're not talking about, Trump's tax returns being available to the public. We're not talking about all those types of other things, but we will get in those in the new year. But tell me, what do you think of Drinks and Discussions on your first visit with us?
I like it. You guys have a lot of topics, interesting conversations, no lie.
Well, thank you very much.
I got curious about all the combos you guys got, and I was watching some of your videos. I like it, no lie. I like to come back. I love it.
You're always welcome. Everybody's welcome at Drinks and Discussions. We don't welcome the drama. We don't just welcome any bickering or arguing. We want to make sure people feel comfortable. And we actually had like 6 people on panel, and I think it went very well. I don't think we had a altercation or any fights for people trying to vie for talk time. I think we can, we're in a place where we can all have a moment or two to discuss whatever viewpoints that we want to put in. So even Chris Jackson in the chat, I hope you came over and you saw something that you like as well, and hopefully you'll be back.
He's frustrated with
Discord
with your choice of apps. I told him all I can remember doing was downloading the software and creating the account and going from there.
Listen, Discord, if you really pay, if you want to minimize the complexity, Discord is just like Zoom. You download Zoom, you get a username, and you can connect. But once you get into Discord, and they're different, because we set up so many different channels. Some of our channels are private, and I have to know who you are to verify you before you can come into our live streams. That's when it gets a little bit kind of confusing. And I think that's where Liz kind of went into it. And then there's a 10-minute wait that you have to go through before you can actually even get into one of our channels. So there's a lot of layers and all that kind of stuff allowed.
It's like an onion.
Yeah.
Lots of layers.
And by the way, Chris, it wasn't your tax return. We were talking about Trump's tax returns. I just said that tongue in cheek. It wasn't yours. And Nick is saying it is the 4th day of Hanukkah. Third day of Hanukkah. And Truth Teller is always a good purveyor of what we are trying to do over here. And he's a champion of the channel. He's our guy. Thumper's our guy. Liz our guy. Nick's our guy. And there's a lot of people who are just, here just because we can just have a good time and talk. And hopefully when you leave this channel tonight, if you're going to go to bed, you feel like, you know what, that was a good time. I'm going to have a nightcap, or I'm just going to go to bed feeling good about the conversations that we had, and everybody was really respectful for each other. And that's what we want to try to create here in our little corner of YouTube.
Okay, wait. I need to ask Nick. Are you serious? Are you really under IRS audit?
No, just somebody asked for my tax returns, and I'll release them.
He's trying to.
He's
trying to. That's tongue in cheek. That's tongue in cheek.
Okay. Because I was about to give him all kinds of sympathy. So
okay, and by the way, so True Teller just put something in the chat, and I may have to backtrack on a concert that I have gone to. So in the area in which I live, there is this place called Adriatica. And it's kind of like this affluent area, and they have shops and these high-end. It's a crazy looking place. It looks like it's crazy, but they have this charity event. Before COVID, they used to put on this charity event every year, and the place in which my wife and I got married, I had a reception. I knew the owner of this restaurant. He was a Arkansas alumni, and he and I were really good friends. And he had this restaurant that had this patio that looked out over a canal, if you will, man-made canal. And I'm telling you, when you talk about like some houses that even athletes can't afford, there are some houses over here that, and Marcus, I'm going to have to take you over here, that it's a crazy place, but they had this concert that they would put on. Give me a second, Nick, before you leave. They had this concert that they would put on for charity, and Andy Grammer, I don't know if people know who Andy Grammer was, he was the headliner for this concert that my wife and I and some friends of ours went, and it was like on the lawn. And he's the one who sings, "You gotta keep your head up, oh, you gotta let your head down, yay." If you ever seen Pitch Perfect, you don't probably know the song, but Andy Grammer is phenomenal. You know what I'm talking about, Marcus?
I don't think I've seen the Pitch Perfect movies. I mean, I've probably seen clips of them, but
Pitch Perfect is a great movie. You need to watch it. The original one.
Shut your mouth! You've never seen Pitch Perfect?
Bang geek.
I don't think I have. I know what you're talking about. I know the movies you're talking about, but I don't think I've ever watched them all the way through.
It's so great.
We're gonna have a moviecation. There's a moviecation going on right now with Marcus.
Well, I need to tell you about the article. I saw an article today that said that Disney thinks they're in trouble because they believe that the movie business is never going to recover from COVID 100%. And they're going to start losing money on that part of their business plan. And I was wondering what people think about that. So there's a topic for you sometime, maybe.
Yes, we'll talk about that.
That's a legitimate question.
Yes,
Because
I agree.
like going to the movie, even just with me and my wife, is like, like it's as much as going to a concert now. Honestly, here in my home, I have a better looking screen, I have better looking sound, and I'm more than willing to pay $20 to rent a movie which is in the theater to watch at home. Why do I want to go to the
Yeah.
theater?
Yeah.
So, that actually is an interesting topic.
Yep.
I think the market's going to change. I think movies are going to have to do with music. Like when the internet came around and became accessible to everybody else, the internet, music companies tried to sue themselves into profitability. Nobody's buying albums anymore. It's like the market has changed, evolved,
Yep.
or die. And Disney
So
probably correct in that.
that's interesting. So I actually work for a movie exhibitor, and that is trying to get folks back into the theaters is definitely a conversation at the top of the list. And so in the last year, we have seen, you know, moviegoers return to the theaters, but it's still not at the level that it was pre-pandemic. But it is better than it was even last year. Of course, I mean, because still half of the year we were still kind of had that pandemic hangover. But it is and a lot of it has to do with the studios and the movies that they're putting out, and when they're getting them made, and are they getting them released in a timely manner. There's a lot of moving parts and a lot of coordination between the studios and the movie exhibitors, and try to get it out.
So what I would like to do is Liz is going to be the purveyor of more and more intelligent conversations come 2023, because all the things that you're saying about Disney, and I have a problem with their dress code when it comes to things that people are posting about their parks and the theme parks and all those kind of things. I really believe there's more and more conversations that we can have about the economy that I want to save, if I may, until 2023. Because the economy is something that's important to all of us. If you're fiscally responsible and you're concerned about, how far you can stretch your buck, what's your 401k doing, all those types of things are interesting and things that I'm concerned about. I want to talk about those topics 2023. If you guys will allow me to just curb these types of conversations to 2023.
I got one more.
Yep.
I got this one. If you could have dinner and a long discussion with somebody who's deceased, who would you pick and why? And I get Walt Disney. Gibbs.
Well, hold on. Before you say that, before you answer, Nick said he's going to have to jump. I want to give him opportunity to say his final words, and we'll continue on for a little bit longer.
Brian,
go ahead.
I meant for future. I meant for the future.
Oh, okay. Good. So let's do this. Chris, you can send Nick and continue talking with Nick. If there's on your Discord, there's a hashtag number with your username that you have to have in order for you to be able to find you. So if your username is cjacker263, there has to be a hashtag in the middle of that. So Nick, before
I'm not going to help Chris find videos of me with Berlin.
But let's go around table, because as we always do, we've been in 2 hours and 15 minutes. We don't do 8-hour streams. We don't do all those long streams, and we've got other things to do. So let's start from the panel, starting with Nick. He's got to drop last parting words of anything you would like to say to the panel and all of those in the chat and those who are watching.
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry I always miss your streams. I'm going to try to make an effort over the break. And coming into the spring, I don't teach a nighttime class on Tuesdays. So if you keep the same schedule, I always love coming on here. Love to meet new people. Good to meet all of you. LaPuffy, I've seen you around. I understand you do music, right? LaPuffy?
Sometimes I do.
Sometimes you do. Well, yeah, before I became a physicist, I did music, but now I'm retired. But I always love talking about music. Marcus, good to meet you. Thank you for having me on. I'm probably going to jump on Sovereign Citizens Unchained.
You know who would like to meet you, and if I show him what you're about, my son, he's the leader of his drum line. He loves anything that has to do with music.
All my drum line.
Yeah, my son became the captain this year. He's a senior. Yeah, he gets down. Trust and believe me. He plays the piano too. He plays the piano. He plays all the instruments in there.
Has he seen the movie Drumline?
Yeah, but when I saw he learned how to his dad was a Garfield High School drummer from LA, and he got that from there. And before he didn't read music, he learned to read music because they told him, you want to be in the band, you better read that music. And all the goals and obstacles he's had, he's reached all of them. He was the first freshman to be in the drum line at the fair War of the Bands. They won that year. And then his next goal was to be the captain, and that's what he got this year. I thought he was in trouble. They called me in the office just to tell me he was the drum leader now.
Nice. Most impressive. I can speak firsthand. Being captain of the drum line, hard.
Very. He worked really hard.
I sent you a friend request on Discord. Just accept it. Okay. And anytime
they did for him to turn in so they could see who's best. They have to do this clock, this thing that goes like that thing.
Yep.
Thing. I was like, what the hell is that? I was like, is that a clock? No, Mom, we have to go by this. And then I was like, okay. So I had to take the dogs out, the kids out, everybody out, because no sound at all. It was so trippy to me. All I heard out in the house was boom. That's all.
I used to drive my friends mad. Because as somebody in drumline, you always have your sticks around. Big Frit, 2 Bs. That's what I had with the graphite insert.
Oh my God. He has me looking for sticks all the time. And I'm like, oh, here, have these. They're cheaper. No, you don't understand what drumsticks you need. Yep. You have to have. And then he tapes around some white tape. I'm like, why do you put the white tape? Mom, it's because you don't understand. You don't understand the grip. You don't understand this and this and that. And I have to buy him this bag that goes with the sticks because he always, I learned a lot. I walk with them drums. I give you anybody with drums. Props, okay?
What we will do?
No idea what we're talking about. I know.
I got bruises on my legs walking with them drums. I don't know how they do it in parades. I do not know.
Martha, what we will do is hopefully you can make contact with Nick, and you can always bring some things to help your son better himself. That's what we're always doing here. Is we're trying to promote whatever we can promote, and if Nick can provide value, that's what we good. I'm glad we can make that contact happen for you and your son. Absolutely. So that would be great.
Oh, I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him right now.
But I want you to do this. Do me a favor.
I sent you a message on Discord. Or I sent you a friend. Just send me a message, and dude, I'll stop everything to talk about music. I mean,
okay, I'll hit you up in a little.
But before you do that, Nick, I want to give Martha. Sorry, Martha. I want to give you an opportunity to have some parting words, because we are going to shut down the stream here in a little bit. Tell us, any parting words, what you thought about your first visit here on Drinks Discussions, and anything else you would like to say. The floor is yours.
I'm sorry, no lie, but this is the most comfortable place I've been. No lie. I'm not gonna say anymore. That's I can't put words. I liked it. I feel like I fit in. I don't know why. Yeah, I have no words actually, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's big.
I was like,
that's huge. I mean, I feel, because I know you've been to other channels, and that's huge coming from you, and I really, really appreciate you saying that, and I hope that we can always.
I don't hardly talk.
Yeah, I hope we can always still make sure that you feel that this is that place, and this is not, we're not fronting. This is how we are all the time, and I hope you believe that.
I believe you. You guys are very forward to it.
Marcus, I know we got people out here in the chat. I want to just say, I'm going to talk about the people in the chat here in a minute, but Marcus, you were up. Any parting words? But sorry, folks, before we get to Marcus's last words, there is something that we like to do around here. Even though you may love them, you might not like them, but you sure will appreciate them. They are the dad jokes by Marcus. So without further ado, and listen, we're going to give you guys all an opportunity to guess before Marcus gives the punchline. So if you're in the stream, please hurry up and put your guesses in there before Marcus gives us the answer. But without further ado, it is now time. We got to get some theme music for dad's jokes. I keep saying that. We got to have theme music for dad jokes.
Agreed.
And no cheating out there in the chat. We gotta
absolutely.
We might need to. We'll probably have to try to figure out the what the time delay is so that we can,
I think it's 10 seconds. It's 10 seconds.
Is it 10 seconds? Okay. All right. For the so the first one I've got is, why are elevators so good? Why are elevator jokes so good?
Elevator jokes?
Because they're either up or down.
Okay, all right. That's close.
Because you don't know if they're going up or down.
So, they work on many levels.
Oh Lord!
Oh, my daughter told me that one.
Okay, but hold on a second though. You still didn't even give the chat a chance to kind of come in here and say anything. So the delay is 10 seconds. You got to give them at least 20 seconds. Because Thumper is just now saying, or Truth Teller is just now saying, because they're uplifting. So you got to give them an opportunity before you give the punchline.
Okay.
Yeah, especially Truth Teller.
Hold on real quick. Nick is not going to stick around for the dad jokes. Nick, we love to see you. We hope to see you again. Stop being so scarce and always feel like this is your home. So we hope to see you again, buddy. Good to see you.
I appreciate that. I'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye, Nick. Take care.
Take care, Nick.
You too. Even though you don't get the whatever, what word do you use, Liz, in the chat? Gack? What was it?
Ack? Oh, the ack.
Yeah. Even Thumper even said that was good though. Even you got Thumper on that one. You got Thumper was good.
Yep.
Got the approval.
Great holiday.
Cheers.
Cheers to friends and family. I'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week, Chief.
Take care.
And you got a LOL from the newbie. Chris Jackson even said that was funny. All right, Chief. What's up with the next one?
What's an astronaut's favorite part of the computer?
The space button.
Oh,
she heard that one.
Martha got it. She got it.
What? I missed it.
I never heard it. That's the first thing that came to my head.
That was pretty good. So the joke was, what's an astronaut's favorite part of the computer? And it's the space bar.
That's good.
That was good. Yeah.
Listen, Martha was so quick on that one. I didn't even have a chance
to
register what was going on. That was how quick that was.
Impressive.
Yeah,
and I never heard that joke before, but the first thing when I heard astronaut, I was like, the only thing I know is space, and I remember the space button.
Congratulations. That was quick.
Well done.
Really quick.
Well done.
Yep.
That's beginner's luck. Beginner's luck, All right, last one.
Oh, okay.
Where do young trees go to learn?
Young.
The tree farm, the
seedlings. Tree farm.
Something with seeds. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking seeds too.
I'm thinking
roots or seeds, either or.
Bark, maybe bark.
It's nothing to do with roots?
No, repeat it one more time.
Where do young trees go to learn?
Something school.
Tree farm, or whatever you call it. They grow trees a lot.
The school, the branch of. Okay.
Nuts.
I think we've given even the chat enough time to.
I give up.
To get something. I don't know.
Okay. Elementary school.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a groaner, dude. I'm sorry. Groan.
I never thought of that. Seriously, I never thought of that. That was a good one.
No, it was not good.
Thank you, Martha. Thank you, Martha.
Don't give him that credit. No. You should have started out with that
one. My kids that. I gotta tell my kids that one. Hey, you're gonna make me tell my kids all the 3 jokes you said right now.
No, you should have let off with the worst one and ended with the best ones. Because that was come on, Thumper. You gotta give me a
right.
Battle. Yeah, thank you, Liz. Even Thumper had to say, yeah, that stunk. Everybody
Wait, hold on. We got to see what the new guy says. Hey, that's what I'm gauging this on. He liked my other one.
Well, read his joke. He has a dad joke in there too. So read that one while you're at it.
Oh, does he? He says, "Hey, I was dating a girl next door but we drifted apart." That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I like it.
True teller's like Brian with the wagging finger of disdain. That's my Matumbo finger. Not in my house. Not in my house. Not in my house.
That's funny, yeah.
Marcus, parting words, sir. Parting words.
Yeah, that's all I got. Martha, it was nice to meet you. Liz, always good to interact with you, and we'll see you guys next week.
Liz, the chat is frozen on the live stream. You have to be in the page to see the thing, and I keep telling I have to keep telling myself over and over and again to fix whatever's going on because it freezes on the.
It freezes on Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also I'm watching on YouTube and it's also frozen for me there. So
really?
It's weird. I don't know.
That's odd because it's live for me now. Can you see this?
I know.
You see that?
What am I looking at? No.
I said, can you see that? Everybody else in the chat can see that? I just typed. Marcus, can you see it?
What's that? Let
No,
me see.
I can't see
Hold on, let me. What are you showing now?
And then there's Chris Jackson, Truth Teller, just posted stuff in there as well.
Can you? I can't see. Oh, Martha. Looks like we may have lost Martha.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I
think she thought. I thought she was thinking it was all over and stuff. So I think she dropped.
Oh, Martha.
Gotcha.
Or her phone was went out, but that's fine. So let me just say this real quick, and hopefully you guys can see the chat, and hopefully the chat will be replayed when we're done. I always want to be a pillar of positivity. I am not better than any other channel. I want every other channel to be successful. We're not doing and trying to compete in the same thing. I also want to say that I hope Big Jake comes back and feels that he is not engrossed and entrenched in some drama that is going on that he is inviting himself into. We miss you over here, Big Jake. Megan, I am glad to see Megan stop by. I know she had. Martha said her phone died. That's why she dropped.
Oh, phone. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, Megan, I know she had company, but I cannot wait to have Megan back on here with her insight on some of the topics that we will be discussing as we move forward. But if you guys want to do a live stream, I know Marcus has got his daughter. I've got a lot of things going on, but my job is dead between now and New Year's. I can do a live stream even during the daytime because I know we've been doing videos, Liz. You've been watching those. I want to do a Christmas video watching thing Friday about Christmas music. So get your Christmas music to me so that I can add those to the video list. As long as they're not copyrighted, protected, and YouTube allows me to play them, I will do that. But thank you for just stopping by. And if you like what you've seen, subscribe, follow, and participate. I know there are watchers, and this is a new thing for me. Even Liz, you probably didn't even know this, but there are watchers, people who, and Isabel was one of the ones who brought this to my attention. And she was like, sometimes I go on a channel and I'm just a watcher of that channel because I don't want to comment, because I don't feel as if I am going to be protected if someone comes after me just because I'm commenting on a channel that I may be interested in watching. And sometimes you just want to watch a train wreck. I do that sometimes, and I sit back and just kind of like catch the cliff notes on Dr. Dave's or on Ham Banana. By the way, Ham Banana I think is still funny. I don't know why. That kid is great. And I want to say this also. Ham Banana, I hope that you and your significant other are having a great, great time on the upcoming birth of your child, because having a baby is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. And I will hopefully think that if you ever need any type of, you have your own family, of course, but if you need anything, please, I didn't even see that you had a post about your baby shower. I saw somebody sent you some diapers or whatever, but please send that to me because I'd love to send you something as well. I think my wife would love to send you something as well. So Ham Banana, I never make your highlights. Hopefully one day I will never make your highlights because I hope we don't have the kind of drama that you post on there. But in case we do, send us Drinks and Discussions your information. We'd love to send you and your significant other something for your upcoming newborn. And I hope you understand that it's coming from a genuine space. But outside of that, thanks, Nick. Thanks, Liz. Thanks, Marcus. Thanks, Martha. Thanks, Gregory. Thank you, Nick. Thanks, Truth Teller. Chris Jackson. Thumper 88. Say Trumper. Thumper 88. Truth Teller. Everybody in the chat. Mr. B came over here, which I know Liz and I appreciate his intellect beyond compare. There's a lot of people, I'm sorry, because I've been drinking Angel's Envy, that I may forget your name on the chats, but I really do appreciate, no, not just me. Liz appreciates, Marcus appreciates, Nick appreciates, Megan appreciates, everybody appreciates you guys just being here. There's other things you can do on your Tuesday evening, and we just appreciate you guys coming over here and hanging out with us for an hour or 2 hours and a half. So with that, Marcus, Liz, Martha, Nick, Gregory, myself, Nick, we're Drinks and Discussions.